long time ago, when the world was young and the forces of nature still communicated with each other, one day the sun was shining brightly in the skies, while the wind was happily rushing around, shaking the trees and moving the clouds across the sky. The wind began to think that it was the greatest power in the world and had control over everything. It rushed through the forest, climbed over mountains, and stirred the waves in the rivers. As it passed near the sun, it suddenly stopped and arrogantly said, "Oh sun, you shine in the sky every day, but do you know who the real power is?" The sun smiled gently and said, "I believe everything had its power and place, but why do you ask?" The wind laughed and said, "Because I am the most powerful. I can bend trees at my will, bring storms to the oceans, and even move the clouds wherever I want. Your light just shines during the day, but my power is constant all the time." The sun continued to smile and said, "Yes, you are indeed powerful, but sometimes power is not about being forceful. It can also come from patience and wisdom." The wind wanted to prove its point, challenging the sun. "Let's see who is more powerful. Look down, there is a man walking along the path wearing a jacket. Whoever can make him take off his jacket will be the most powerful one." The sun agreed to this challenge and said, "All right, you try first." The wind began to blow with its all strength. It started shaking the trees, swirling the clouds, and directing its full force at the man. As soon as the man felt the strong wind, he immediately clutched his jacket tightly around himself to protect him from the cold and the gusts. The stronger the wind blew, the tighter the man held his jacket. This made the wind furious. Despite using all its powers, the man refused to let go of his jacket and instead wrapped it even more securely around his body. The wind tried harder, sending storms, gusts, scattering leaves, and blowing dust all around the man. But still, the man held on to his jacket, exhausted. The wind finally gave up and stopped. Now it was the sun's turn. The sun slowly began to send its warm rays down to the earth. Gently, it spread its lights to the man who wouldn't feel overwhelmed by the heat. At first, the man didn't notice any change. But as the sun's warmth gradually increased, the man began to sweat. The sun carefully intensified its heat, and as soon the man felt so warm that he unbuttoned his jacket. As the sun continued to shine brightly, the heat became unbearable for the man, and finally he took off his jacket and slung it over his shoulder. The sun smiled softly and looked over the wind, saying, "See, what force couldn't accomplish, patience and gentleness did." The wind acknowledged this and replied, "Indeed, I couldn't do what you did, but such ease and calm." The sun explained, "Power is not always about force and pressure, but sometimes wisdom and patience yield better results. Balance is necessary in everything." The wind admitted its mistake and gently began to blow once again, softly swaying the trees. Now it understood that being powerful didn't mean doing everything with force, but that at the times, gentleness and strategy was the greatest strength. Moral of the story: not every problem in life is solved by force or power. Often, gentleness, wisdom, and patience can be accomplished even greater tasks. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more interesting videos.